The other wonderful and interesting thing about your play is you connect the inherent right of tribal nations to the sovereignty of the female body.
In 2013, Congress passed the Violence Against Women Act, and President Obama signed into law on March 7th, 2013, a renewed VAWA that Section 904 of which restores, doesn't give, it restores, the inherent jurisdiction of tribal nations to prosecute non-Indian perpetrated crimes of domestic violence, dating violence, and violation of protection orders. So if you know from the 1978 Oliphant case in our US Supreme Court, that was the case where the Supreme Court took away tribal criminal jurisdiction over non-Indians. VAWA 2013 restored a piece of it. Now, just because Congress restored it and the President signed it into law, doesn't mean that the court will uphold it. So we actually have a situation that could be the flip of Worcester v. Georgia, where in Worcester v. Georgia, the Supreme Court upheld tribal jurisdiction over non-Indians, and the President, the executive branch, refused to enforce it. Now we have today the legislative branch restoring the jurisdiction the Supreme Court took away in 1978, and it could be the Supreme Court that refuses to uphold it. So we're this close to losing the jurisdiction we've been working to restore. And so in the play, which is set just a couple years in the future, it is a hypothetical situation where our main character, Sarah Ridge Polson, has been abused by a non-Indian. And the Cherokee Nation decides to prosecute because they've implemented this restored criminal jurisdiction from VAWA 904. And the non-Indian challenges the constitutionality of tribal jurisdiction over Indians. And it goes all the way up to the Supreme Court. And the Deputy Attorney General for Cherokee Nation says to Sarah Ridge Polson, "I want you to do the argument." And after a very dramatic scene that we're not showing tonight, she says yes, and then this is her argument.